Hi guys, it's time for another weekly roundup, a Corona-catchup even. And yep, as I could have foreseen, I didn't manage to follow this week after week, as I sort of said I was going to try to after the last long overdue catch-up. So this is a two-weekly one, and yeah, I really had no option here because there's an incredible amount to take you through, a lot of really exciting things as well. So I'd hoped things would keep coming in, and yeah, they did. It snowballed, and we managed to get a bunch of stuff on the table for right now. So I'm going to dive in and get this video done for you, as some of these things, yeah, been very well received already, but lots of stuff that in the ordinary course of things we'd want to make a huge fuss about, and I don't want to let this horrible virus situation stop that. So, where do we start? I know the last video, yeah, I went on an incredibly long time about the virus and the whole situation in general. If any of you were interested in that, great. If any of you just suffered through it or indeed jumped over it, then also great, whatever. Suffice it to say, as a little bit of an update here in the mix, we are still, obviously here in the UK, locked down. They extended that, I think that happened... That happened last weekend, so yeah, that has happened since we last spoke. Yeah, nothing much has really changed. We're still slogging our guts out, trying to get everything out to you guys, keep the launches going, get products in, get products out, etc, etc. So yeah, you know we're kind of doing our thing. I will say that I am so pleased with the guys. We are a team of just like 4 here. And so to be able to handle the number of orders we've been seeing and keep up, like to this day, we have not missed one dispatch. So thank you all you guys for obviously keeping us so busy. That's absolutely amazing. It could easily have gone a different way. And indeed for many people around the UK, around the world, they are not busy now. They're forced to stay at home. They can't be working. It's incredibly frustrating, isolating. So all the horrible, horrible stuff that's going on at the moment, we're very lucky to be busy here, and we're very lucky to be as busy as we are. And yeah, long may it continue, to be frank. So yeah, we're still doing this, and we're still managing to keep sane and keep up. Our carriers, our couriers, not so much. We are trying to update the notices around the site, as you guys have been buying from us. Hopefully you haven't been hit with too many delays. We did get a blip, right? Easter was huge. And so not just for us, but for everyone, a lot of people had very little to do over the Easter weekend. Very, very annoying. There's only so much chocolate you can eat. And a lot of people did online shopping, as you might think, retail therapy, whatever it may be. And yeah, we had an unprecedented, that is the buzzword of this whole Corona period, we had an unprecedented number of orders to get out. Our biggest dispatch ever in the 7 years I've been doing this, by far, on that Tuesday, and we got everything out. But the couriers obviously had the same from everyone, and Royal Mail in particular dropped the ball. I know they're doing great work with very trying situation and circumstances, and they have a lot of staff off as well, so it's the same for lots of the carriers doing this. It seems to have hit Royal Mail particularly hard, and I think their systems just aren't as high-tech as, let's say, DPD's. Yeah, they basically, there has been several days knock-on effect on some parcels, not even all of them, just some of them we gave them on that Tuesday. We're still delivering now, and it's like 10 days later, and that is abysmal. So we did kind of try and warn, but this is worse than we anticipated. Anyway, I've done it again. Big, long, boring spiel. Suffice to say, we're still going strong. The couriers, the good news is they're about caught up, and a lot of them you'll find delivering into the evenings and weekends to get you your goodies. A lot of things are arriving almost ahead of what I'm expecting at the moment, so I think they're overachieving, and as people come back to work and they improve the testing ability and all the rest of it, things should get better. So still locked down at the moment, but we're still going strong, and yeah, hopefully a couple of weeks maybe they'll relax things a little bit, and then we'll get our gyms back in maybe a month's time, whatever. But we're getting there, and this is the new normal, is that they're all trying to make us think about all this. So that's fairly horrible, but I mean, we're a resourceful bunch, we're a hardy bunch. Stiff upper lip and the rest obviously in the UK, around the world, everyone's handling this really well, and yeah, we'll keep on keeping on. But yeah, we'll do our part, which is getting you shiny things, tasty things, exciting new things. And yeah, lots of stuff has hit. We have been a bit slow on the Instagram, but we've got the highlight reel right here, and there's a couple of things we haven't even posted about yet. So yeah, we're getting the jump on it in the video here, and I'll get this up around about the same time. So pretty cool. I'm going to start with, as I usually do when I've got energy drinks to go on about, and you'll notice I have nothing else open, I'm going to start with new energy drinks. Noco Limon del Sol has done phenomenally well, continues to do incredibly well. Here, though, we've got some overdue ones, but American ones, so it's good to get any of the American stuff in at the moment. There are some customs issues, and we've got Raze, so some Repp Sports, Raze Energy. We have got their Baja Lime. So basically, as the some of the guys on the team were like Baja Lime, B-A-G-A, but it's Baja. I think it's a Mexican resort or something like that, a beach place. Anyway, we've got Baja Lime, and we've got the very, very overdue, because this is shockingly out of place right now, the Raze Voodoo. It looks sick, as they say. It looks awesome. So, I mean, one of my favourite parts about this range, in fact, is the how amazingly sexy the cans look and the little details. So, I mean, they've got little palm trees around there. They've got skulls around that one. This was a Halloween special. This is more recent. It's only a few months old, a couple of months old. This is a Halloween special we were supposed to get back end of last year. Didn't really happen, but finally turned up now. So we've got all this there. We've got all the Raze flavours back in, including a restock on Apollo. Still recording, still showing it. There it is. Very, very sexy, very, very summery, and indeed the flavour is very much the same. And with the limited edition Voodoo, they are limited edition. Yeah, even the font, it's just so lovely. There's such a wonderful theme to a lot of these flavours. So very cool. I'm only going to open the Baja Lime. I'll say right away, it is my favourite. The Voodoo is pretty cool, and do you do Voodoo? Yes, you know, there's a lot of fun you can have with the Voodoo thing. It's just, we are about to post it, actually. We'd emailed about it. There'll be something up on Instagram. Henry wrote a post. It's a tricky one to post at this time. It's almost a little bit in poor taste, given the horrible situation and the numbers we're seeing of kind of deaths and affected here. But yeah, we'll try and keep things light and fun. So they're not an obvious pairing. That's what we've had trouble pitching. But they're both quite refreshing. They're quite good, summery and everything. So regardless of the can's artwork, sexy as it may be, still quite nice energy drinks at this time, and people seem to be loving their energy drinks. So all good. All right, I'm going to go for Baja Lime. What does it taste like? As the name implies, lime. There are supposed to be tropical notes. You might hear mention of like a pineapple-y sort of thing going on online. I don't really get that. I mean, there's maybe a little bit of there's a little bit of the exotic to it, but fundamentally I get lime. It tastes like a slightly sweet. I mean, none of the Raze drinks are that fizzy, which is good because you tend to have them around activity. You don't want something very effervescent and bubbly, so it's kind of subtle fizz, and it is very refreshing. It tastes like a sweet lime cordial. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, there is an exotic thing going on. It's not too sharp. I mean, it's obviously lime, but it's kind of a sweet, soft lime cordial flavour. A lot of the flavours are fairly understated. There's a sour gummy worms they do, very popular actually, the most popular. And my favourite probably remains the strawberry coladas. That's quite a smooth, strawberry, coconutty sort of vibe. It's very chill, it's very summery, it's very refreshing. That's been my taste. It's almost a yogurty taste to it. There's a creaminess. It's quite cool. But this one, yeah, it's not one of the sweeter ones, but it is one of the more refreshing. So this is probably number 2 or number 3 for me. So it's actually a very nice flavour, particularly for now. The Voodoo I won't open. There's no real clues to the flavour outwardly other than the orange. So it's basically an orange flavour. It's quite a mild orange, quite a subtle orange, quite a natural orange actually, but that's all it is. It's a bit like the orange 3D and probably even a tiny bit less sweet than that. So if you know that flavour, fine. Orange, it's okay. It's you know, it's a flavour we're all familiar with, and you know, orange juice and the rest. Yeah, you can't knock it. It's just maybe not as exciting as the can implies, and yeah, I certainly prefer some of the other flavours. So Baja Lime for me, but yeah, your mileage may vary. If you love orange, you love the orange 3D, you'll probably get a kick out of this. Repp Sports, Raze in general, the Raze Energy drinks, one of our stronger energy drinks, but there's actually quite a restrained hit to it. There's 350 milligrams of caffeine, so it's right up there, almost twice that of a Monster Ultra, for example, but there's quite a lot of nootropics in there too, which actually soften it. So you won't find too much of a crash out of this. And you might have noticed it's got a bit darker, but bus has pulled in blocking the sun. Recording this on Saturday afternoon in the deserted and very messy shop. Where was I going about the orange one? subtle orange. Yeah, well, it's saying what's actually in these things. Yeah, they're very good. They're a very potent drink without knocking your socks off, as it were. So we used to like the high power potions. They were quite rough around the edges. These are very, very smooth, very, very drinkable. Probably more geared up for an actual workout because they do give you a significant stimulant hit. But yeah, you also get BCAAs in there too, and the zero sugar. Yeah, you've got added electrolytes, stuff they're going on about. So it's a very complete thing. It is kind of like a pre-workout in a can, but a very smooth, well-judged one. Anyway. Drinks, not the most fun thing to lead in with, but certainly very necessary right now after another day of packing boxes here. And they're in the mix at the moment. They're in the mix right now. So jump over, you can mix and match a tray of 12, and the more you buy, the cheaper it gets, and all that usual jazz. But yeah, we've waited a long time for them. They're actually surprisingly nice. So yeah, give them a try. Certainly the Baja Lime, I think you'll enjoy that. Okay, food stuff. This is what everyone really wants to see, and we've got two big hitters here. I will start in chronological order. And probably what's going to end up being sort of the biggest thing for us. New bar launch from Barebells. This one was kind of sprung on us. There was no big run up to it. We knew they were having. We knew they had something new coming in April, and I guess I anticipate when I was first told that, I thought, oh, it'll be pushed back because of this whole situation. Actually, they pulled the trigger. They went ahead with the launch, and they have a whole bunch of flavours in Scandinavia that we don't get. I didn't know which one it was going to be. I know they've got a cookie dough. They've got a blueberry cheesecake, I think. There is... there have been one or two others. There was a strawberry one, like a strawberry white chocolate, but there's a bunch we didn't get, so I didn't know which one they were going to run with. What we got was the Crunchy Fudge. Crunchy Fudge is actually it's a rebrand, more or less the same bar as last year's Christmassy special that, again, only Scandinavia got, which was called Xmas Fudge. So fundamentally, it's a fudgy bar. That's the actual taste that comes in here, and I'll show you how they've achieved it. And it's crunchy by virtue of the fact that it's got sprinkles atop it. From a Christmas point of view, that like the mint dark chocolate Barebells, the dark chocolate mint, the previous seasonal special edition ones, they had sort of white chocolatey star sprinkles. These are actually crunchy ones, but I think the effect is supposed to be something like snow. So it's a slight rebadging, and you sort of think, well, hang on, how did that get there? But Crunchy Fudge sounds pretty cool, so I can't blame them for running with it. And the actual fundamental core of the bar, very, very nice. Sprinkles, yeah, a little bit messy, but definitely quite fun. You can't knock that, and they do add little bursts of sweetness. So some of you might be into them, some of them not. If you don't like them, brush them off. It's a gorgeous bar. So I'll show you this right now. Enough of me talking. It does look incredible. Obviously, that's the other thing. So it's got kind of the salty peanut golden vibe going on, but it's got a lovely regal royal sort of blue. Yeah, standing off with the red. Very striking bar, very, very cute. And I'll just show you. I'm probably going to get these all over the floor of the shop. Oh god, that was great. Show it backwards. Boom, Barebells Crunchy Fudge. Open it up. Okay, they have gone to town on the sprinkles, as you can see. So is it a snow effect? Yeah, kind of. Either way, I think, yeah, saving it with crunchy, it does the trick. Well, how's that looking on the camera there? Yes. Right, yeah, they look like Hermositas, little sweeteners I've had for years, like Canderel sort of thing that I've been putting in coffees, but they're not quite as sweet as ours, eh? Okay. So where's the camera thing? What's interesting here? Let's try and get the right view. What am I doing? Okay, you can see that. I mean, yeah, it looks good here. You can see there's a very generous, literally fudgy layer. Usually with Barebells bars, this is, yeah, kind of fondant, but caramel is kind of what you expect. I suppose this is caramel in terms of the sweetness, but it's much more like a sort of clotted, creamy, fudgy sort of spread that's actually running through it. And that's what adds a lot of the indulgent, buttercreamy, buttermilky kind of fudginess to this, and that's what they've really pulled off. It is a milk chocolate coating. It's particularly smooth, creamy milk chocolate, very Cadbury's-esque, and it's got the same fudgy protein nougat base, this time subtly infused with kind of chocolate and hints of caramel. There you go, you get the idea. You've got crunch, you've got a very fudgy centre. What have they achieved? Well, the flavour is sweet, obviously. It's caramel. It's fudge. I mean, I want to say there's chocolate going on, but it's only really chocolate coming from the coating, which actually perfectly complements the centre of the bar. I mean, these bars are always kind of fudgy, but they are very soft. They've got a reputation of being soft. In fact, that's what's made them that popular. Yeah, the magic really does come in that kind of creamy spread on the top. It's yeah, rich, sweet, deep, almost hints of coffee because of how deep the sweetness is. But really, the overall flavour you get is of a Cadbury's fudge bar. So if you know the old school little fudge bar, I don't know how much they cost now. It used to be little 10p things, but yeah, quite dense, but with the milk chocolate around the outside, the kind of chewy, fudgy centre, a very nice bar, all in. They've pretty much encapsulated that here. So this is a low sugar, high protein, guilt-free, Barebells-esque Cadbury's fudge bar with Hermositas looking crunchies all around it. The crunchy things, they do fight with the fudge texture of the centre, but they certainly make the whole affair a lot more interesting. And yeah, reviews coming in have all been very popular, so they're not bothering people there. My take is, it probably needn't be there. And if you were going to go with a crunchy fudge, personally, I'd rather see biscuity sort of crunchies that you get in a bunch of bars across the kind of low sugar bar industry, like the Trust Crunch fudge, the USN Trust Crunch bars, Stacks bars we used to have. Yeah, there are a bunch of bars that do it. And I personally kind of prefer that, but what's going on here with the crunchies on the outside certainly has a little bit of fun, makes it a little bit more distinctive, yeah, it helps it deserve its name. Like, on the team trying it, Millie thought she got tastes of coconut, and I can see where that comes from, but I guess it's the same as sort of nice biscuits, you know, the sugar-coated kind of vanilla blonde style biscuits. That's the taste that comes through. It's not actually coconut. If you look at the ingredients, there's no coconut on there, but it's that... I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's just the sweetness combined with the quite rich, almost brown sugar-esque fudgy thing through the middle. I don't know. It's yeah, it's one you have to try for yourself. But I think you'll walk away from it thinking fudge. And do I like those crunchy pieces on the outside? I'm not too sure. So a lot of people obviously do. But yeah, it's an interesting bar. The crunch is earned by the outside. The fudge is very much earned by the middle. And that's what makes this a standout bar. In the mix now, in our Barebells Brigade bundle, we're actually, yeah, at the moment, we're sort of stepping up, adding things to order. So don't be surprised if you get one of these free in an order. Certainly if you're a regular of ours and stuff, we always like to hook up our regulars. We'll be getting some of these out there. I mean, Barebells, awesome guys to work with. Vitamin Well in general, they've been nothing but supportive over this whole period. Obviously with the Limon del Sol as well. So, I mean, they've been hooking us up with a bunch of stuff we can share on with you guys. So, yeah, fantastic. Thank you guys if you're watching this. But we've loved the Barebells bars. They're incredibly popular. A load of you guys do. They've been bestsellers through 2018. I think through 2017, in fact, they overtook Grenade. They were our bestsellers. So it's up and down, but it's always one of the best there, and we love any new bar from them. We wish we had the new core bars, I'll say that. A lot of you guys, if you follow them on Instagram, you'll see on their main accounts, the Scandinavian accounts, they have these core bars where there's actually a filling through the middle. They're slightly smaller, but again, it's fundamentally low sugar, fudgy style Barebells bars you know and love, but with like chocolate running through the center or caramel running through the center. They look awesome. They've just released a new like peanut butter choc one as well. I keep badgering them. We might see them sooner or later, but yeah, not quite yet. Anyway, great range of bars, very justifiable, around about 200 calories, obviously, 210. What is this, 220 maybe, actually? 220? Something, no, it's just 200, even better. And just a 20 grams of protein, yep, great. Sugar's 1.4, so fantastically justifiable as well. Looks great, and it's a very, very worthy addition to the range that you need to try. Okay, that's done. We will stick with food. We're going to move on to a less fudgy and more pancakey situation. Yeah, the brand new Nano Pancakes. There's another one from, where do these come from? Budapest, I think? They're very big in Europe anyway, so a lot of countries do a lot with them, like Denmark, Germany. And we finally got these. It's their latest flavour. There's a very loud motorbike outside, so sorry if that one picks up on the mic. Still got the busy road. I mean, I did actually just see on the government's daily briefing, the road usage seems to be sneaking back up again. And yeah, I can definitely, I think that concurs. I can agree with that. I concur with that because we're seeing more traffic on the roads outside here again. It's a blissful calm for a little bit. But anyway, yeah, motorbike gone. Sorry, pancakes. Back to the task at hand. We've got cookies and cream pancakes. So Nano Pancakes been spectacularly, surprisingly popular for us for a couple of years now. And these are fresh baked pancakes filled with a sort of high protein, gooey, well, cream really. As there's chocolatey ones, there's a sort of caramel filling they have in some of them. There's some jammy ones that gives it a classic sort of afternoon tea vibe. We've got peach and we've got blueberry on those. This one is back from a sort of classic tea time vibe to full-on treat, and it's a sort of Oreo-themed pancake. So I'm going to show you this because, obviously, because I want to eat it, but this is pretty cool. I was a bit wowed when I saw this because I'm so used to seeing their usual, just kind of, you know, slightly toasted looking pancakes with the different cream inside. So for cookies and cream, I did wonder how they were going to pull it off. Basically, I'll open the damn thing. Basically, they've gone Oreo style. So for the first time ever, you have got, ta-da! Actually, I'll use that wrapper. Come back. Sorry. You've got a chocolatey coloured pancake, a dark pancake. Cocoa infused. That's to say more in terms of look and colour. It doesn't taste massively chocolatey. The actual pastry tastes very much like the other pancakes, the sort of Scotch pancake vibe of these things, which is still absolutely gorgeous. So I'm not going to complain about that. But obviously inside, and here comes the contrast, that creamy goodness, the double stuffed sandwich cookie vibe. Yes, we've got that. We've got a very, very good gooey, I'd say extra gooey filling. So there you go. Looks pretty good to me. I'm sure it does to you. Yep, so you've got the chocolate outer, chocolatey outer, dark outer, and the, what have we got here? Well, it's a vanilla cream filling. Obviously, it's protein infused. That's where a lot of the protein in these comes from. And you can still see that A logo that's still embossed there, even on the darker thing. This is a slightly sweeter one, so I think they're trying to pull off the whole cookies and cream thing through that. Oh, now the fun part. Eating like an animal. Yeah, not a huge amount more to show there. Very, very soft pastries. You can see these do say fresh baked on them, and these in particular are fresh out of the bakery. So yeah, they're always very nice. Very sort of classic snack, but obviously done new school style with lower sugar and protein infused. Very enjoyable. Very easy to eat. Epic taste, as they promise. Yeah, no added sugar, whole grain, 14 grams of protein a pancake. You can shove them in a toaster. They will catch light fairly quickly, but that's also quite fun. You can build stacks of them if you want. Yeah, as I said, they are what they are. I mean, it's a pancake, right? It's actually just the filling thing, that lovely pocket of kind of sweet, gooey protein style inside that I think drive people so crazy for these, but they're also veggie friendly as well. So I think that probably helps them be very popular in the Middle East, for example. Yeah, they're not gluten-free or anything, but yeah, quite cleanly formulated, good ingredients, and they're just, yeah, quite good fun. And let's say heated up, they're even more. But I don't know. It's one of these products that did better than I thought it would. I mean, we get a lot of quirky niche ones here, and they just don't quite hit that note. But these have consistently been incredibly good sellers, and they're also, we actually like to add a lot of these free to orders as well. So many of you have probably had these in our mystery mixes as promo pop-up things, mix of the month. Like, we've done a bunch of their flavors. So I mean, on other flavors, if you haven't tried these yet, there's loads to get involved with now, even more. We've got chocolate, we've got vanilla, we've got caramel. Yes, those three are the big hitters. Then we've got the peach and the blueberry, both classic flavors, but a very good kind of afternoon tea vibe, very, very classic. I particularly like the peach, actually. I think that's a real win. The best seller's probably the chocolate, followed by caramel, then vanilla, but we'll see. I have, we only got these in, Millie's just done the photography today. They're only launched in the UK yesterday, so that's the Friday. We've had them in now physically on the Saturday, dashed them in, and we've already done several boxes online. I don't know, half a dozen boxes, dozen boxes have gone out already. We haven't even done the proper post. We haven't emailed, we haven't done anything. So I have a hunch these are going to go down incredibly well. And I've eaten a bunch of these. I've had 3 or 4 myself already now. I'm eating to stay awake at the moment. And, you know, I want to keep my protein up, obviously not being in the gym and the rest. So, Yeah, these have been a very exciting new launch for me coming in, and as I say, they look fantastic. You know, flipping the colours on that. So I've got quite used to seeing them. It's nice to see that change of pace. Very, very sexy, very, very cool, and they're nice guys to talk to as well. We don't deal with them directly, but we spoke to them online, and yeah, they always do good stuff. They make nice bars too. Incidentally, waiting for some more stock of those. They do low sugar bars, very, very fudgy, very, very soft. And they're worth trying too. But yeah, the pancakes are where it's at, and all the pancakes can be picked in our 12 pancake flipping grate. I think it's called a Nano bundle on site. And yeah, they're good value too. And I can't really say enough nice things about this, but it's just a nice, surprising product. So I don't think I've a single bad word ever heard about them. And these new ones look great. I love the inverted kind of color packaging, the dark ones as well. A surprise new launch. I only found out about a week ago there was something new coming, and then boom, it was launched, and it's here already. So yes, the virus is not holding up some of the fun stuff. These are in the mix, obviously now. They're actually surrounding me. You can't see them on camera, but we have a lot of them. Right, next one. I'm going to stick with food. I want to get to Ghost and Greens and something a bit different at the end. Ghost Greens. We're going to go from pancakes to mug cakes. So if I move this guy out the way, on my little snack stack, we have got, and I did mention these I think in a couple of videos, but I suppose one of the other big success stories that's come out of this whole lockdown period, and in what we've seen in people like hitting the mix and new customers and the rest, big success story, aside from, let's say, Nocco and energy drinks, has been the MyMuscleMug. So these are made by Emily Case. Em has been working with us for a very long time now. We've even had pick and mix exclusive flavours. She has other stockists, I think, but most of it goes through us and her own website. And they are single serve, essentially, packs of protein mug cakes. So great nutritionals on them, incredible range of flavours. That's actually growing significantly today. Vegan options as well, and she does oat mixes. So that's these things here, the brown packets, and as the name implies, there's actually oats in these things. So if you're used to doing protes, if you're used to doing baked oats and the rest, this is just a kind of kit sachet. You don't have to do anything beyond this. You can add milk, you can add water, you can kind of do it to taste, but basically the whole pack's here, the proteins in here, the inclusions, the ingredients. Like, yeah, if you want to add extra sweetening stuff, if you want to add peanut butter, like, you can go to town on it, but I mean, each flavour kind of does what it says on the tin, as it were. So you can have a very enjoyable oat mix, or indeed mug cake in the white packets. That's the most of what she does, the mug cakes. They're very guilt-free, very low sugar. So we've done these for years, and we've all got our own different favourite flavours. They go from the kind of launch flavours she had, like chocolate brownie, peanut butter, all the way through to, I mean, we had a unicorn one, but she's got a great birthday cake with sprinkles in. There's a white chocolate raspberry. It's got white chocolate chips and freeze-dried raspberries in. We have got, well now, and I might as well jump in, some quite classic flavours, quite sweet, quite over the top, but easy wins, I think you will agree, as these are always easy win combinations when we have any snacks in these. We've got a chocolate salted caramel and a vanilla salted caramel, so there's kind of a pair there. One of them, as the name implies, is chocolate infused, lots of cocoa in there. One of them is just kind of vanilla sweet, sort of like the birthday cake vibe, but of course it has like caramel chunks in it, which are great. They melt as you're making it, and you can swirl them. Fantastic fun, so easy win on anything caramel, chocolate caramel. And we've got a blueberry cheesecake. Again, this is a kind of sweet vanilla base, very authentically cakey. It's got white chocolate chips. It's got freeze-dried blueberries in it. It's actually a surprise hit. It's probably my favourite of the new launches because it just really stands out. I really enjoyed that one when we tried the samples. And we have got, so that's the dairy side of things done. And then we've got vegan versions of the same. So Em's always trying to do the plant-based, the dairy-free versions to kind of hook those guys up as well. There are fewer dairy-free flavours, but we have, I think, 3 at the moment. And chocolate truffle, always very popular. It's basically chocolate brownie, but done vegan. We have peanut butter choc chip, which actually, we don't have a peanut butter choc chip in the dairy side of things. That's actually a boon for the plant-based folks. And then we have white choc strawberry, so a slight spin off the white choc raspberry. So yeah, 3 of those at the moment. Now added to that, we've got blueberry cheesecake in vegan, basically the same thing, but done with a plant base. And we have got the chocolate salted caramel done with a very lovely, rich, indulgent salted caramel. It's actually the awesome Supps salted caramel we do. A lot of you guys might know and love already. Fantastic protein. It's fantastic as an ingredient too. So we've got those 2 in, and there's an oat mix as well, right here. Actually, there is a mug cake version of this too. It's s'mores. So s'mores, as a lot of you guys know, many of our snacks, many of the American snacks come in a s'mores flavour. S'mores is a sort of American fireside treat. It's graham cracker traditionally, marshmallows and chocolate, all kind of sandwich melted together. So basically it's a biscuity, chocolatey, marshmallowy type thing. And in this case, that's kind of what we've got in, there's you can sort of hear the inclusions, but yeah, there's fluffy marshmallows which work really well in these because as you make them, they heat up, the ingredients melt, chocolate that melts in there as well, great for swirling, and there's a sort of biscuity protein vibe going on too. So you can have that in the oat mix, you can have it in the mug cake mix. These things, if you've not tried them, get on board, try a bunch of them. We've got a MyMuscleMug pack on site where you pick and mix across 4 flavours and you get a slightly better price. It's you read the instructions then puts on the back, but you can make it with just with water, and it's obviously the best for you nutritionals. But we often find that like almond milk works really well, but you just add the requisite amount, 100 mil, I think it's 200 mils. What is it on most of us? 100 mils. 100 mils, yeah, I tend to like to do more because I get a little bit more volume if I then microwave it for a little bit longer, but you add 100 mils of water to the mix, put into a mug or a bowl, and then you zap it in the microwave for, I think it's 1 minute 20, something like that, but you can play around with it, but if you follow the instructions, it gets you going. I tend to like overdoing them a bit because they form up a bit more and become a bit more cakey. If you like it extra gooey, you can just underdo it or add a little bit more water. Yeah, very flexible, very, very fun, great nutritionals, great way to macro cap, great way to end the day, and a vast range of flavours there. We've got coffee, we've got cinnamon, we've got coconut, we've got red velvet, we've got chocolate orange. I mean, M does special ones you may have tried in the past. There's like a caramel Easter egg one that's actually got a real galaxy egg in it that melts in. That's really nice. And we've got, there was mince pie special one. Yeah, really, really cool. So we don't scream and shout about them enough, but M's been great working with us for years, putting up with me being very disorganized. Like Millie's much better at handling these sort of things. Yeah, they're very creative, very different. She's always working really hard on these things. And it's great to have so many new flavors to scream and shout about. They have been so popular through all this, maybe because they're macro friendly. I've no idea, but we are reordering them faster than she can make them and faster than she get the labels printed and stuff. So it's really, really cool. It's another success story for her because I know she's mad busy on her own site doing it. So it's like with Swolsome, right? So Maddie over at Swolsome, she can't make nearly enough to fulfill the demand, not only what we would like to get in for you guys watching this, our customers, but obviously to sell direct on our own site as well, scrabbling to keep up. So I'll touch on Swolsome a bit at the end because, yeah, we're way behind on on a delivery there, and she's working on it. Okay. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to do the ghost thing now. So these are the big highlight ones that have been sitting on the table. Oh. Forgive me, I'm not timing this at all. I just want to have a vague idea where I'm at. 32, actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. I need to make it shorter than last week. Plus, I need to get my bike out of the garage. And it closes at 7, so I'm coming up on that timer. So, yes, there is a knife to my throat, as it were. Okay, ghosts, right, yeah, you know we love talking about ghosts. Ghosts are great guys, great fun to work with them, and the product's always fun to sell. There's very few supplements we carry, in fact, that we can have nearly as much fun selling, because we're so used to doing pancakes, protein bars, peanut butters, all the rest of it, to hold up a tub and say, gosh, look at this, it's awesome, not so easy. With Ghost, they put so much love into the outward appearance and the presentation, that the whole lifestyle around it, in fact, it's called Ghost Lifestyle, as you guys know, that we can have so much fun with doing it beyond, obviously, a powder that's essentially in a tub, right? So, yeah, I mean, you don't need to hear me being all sort of sycophantic about Ghost, but I'm a big fan, personally, myself. It's a great one we love to sell as well, and it's been a little bit slow of late. They've been waiting on a lot of deliveries, well, a lot of products to actually launch and to be manufactured and stuff over there. So they've had a lot of things in the works for a long time. If you follow their episodes on YouTube, very popular as well, you often get this behind the scenes look into everything they're developing. You see the care that goes into it, the sort of fun they have with doing it as well, which is very, very cool. A lot of these things are now hitting. So you'll see a lot of their drops coming in. They had Burn Black. We didn't manage to get any tubs ourselves, but this is a slightly souped up, tweaked, natural caffeine version of their kind of Burn. Yes, you could look at it as a pre-workout, but essentially a sort of fat metabolizing, fat burning product. And we will have this coming. It's we didn't get in on the first delivery. It sold out instantly, but we have a load held for us specially. We've got peach and we've got pineapple coming. with the next shipment, which is due. They have containers on the way. They can't fly things at the moment. People are really struggling to fly things, partially because of the price, partially because of delays, the capacity of the airlines to actually bring stuff over. You're having to do it overseas instead, which is, I'm falling over my silly background, which is all well and good. It just takes longer. So there's a couple of big ghost containers coming that's got like Legend coming back in, because they're really hard to get at the moment. I don't even think they've got any Legend on the UK site. We've still got sour green apple, and I've got as much as possible on that. So yeah, grab it while you can, otherwise it'll be a few weeks. But they've got more whey coming, more vegan, etc., etc. So lots of new stuff coming right now, and it was launched a few days ago for Earth Day. So I saw a lot of brands making a bit more of a fuss about it this year, and I think amid the whole coronavirus horror show, it's nice to actually look at some of the positives. One being the fact that significantly less population, I mean, with people not using the roads, in factories being closed down, whatever it may be, less air travel even, the planet has actually been given a mini breather. So, whether or not this is something that can persist or whatever, but it's a little bonus to see out of this. So Earth Day, a lot of people, a lot of brands, companies, whatever, did some sort of coverage around about that. So that's a good thing that's come out of this horrible, horrible time. But also, it's nice to worry about something other than pandemics, epidemics, testing numbers, like all the rest of the horrible stuff we've having to get used to hearing over all this time that the media just won't shut up about. So Earth Day was a little bit of a respite, and Ghost launched for this, and this is not a product that's actually come as a result of what we're seeing a lot of at the moment with the whole coronavirus thing, with people worrying about vitamins, minerals, immunity stuff. So there has been a big uptick in vitamin C products and immune boosting supplements and multivitamins around this. We've largely skirted this. It's not a natural bedfellow of ours. We worry more about snacks and things and about, yes, protein powders than we do about general wellness bits and pieces. And the same goes for me. I just don't know that much about it. I think a true like a multivitamin, not a bad idea. And I have gone in myself recently on greens, and obviously I'm talking about greens here a little bit more recently. Nothing to do with coronavirus. Even before that, I think just because I'm aware my diet's rubbish and I'm getting on a little bit now, so I have thought, oh, well, maybe there's something in getting in kind of my daily hit of sort of micros just to worry about some of my internals. So yeah, probably me being squeamish and everything, so I get laughed at by the team, but I have looked at greens. It's a difficult one with greens because they often don't taste good, right? They taste like greens. I mean, it's full of green things, it's full of kale, alfalfa, Brussels sprout, whatever it is, and it just doesn't taste fantastic. It certainly doesn't taste like all the fun stuff we're used to selling. It doesn't taste like crunchy fudge. It doesn't taste like cookies and cream. So it's an odd one for the protein pick and mix, where we've got a very sweetie vibe, to do something that's a little bit more kind of health orientated, a little bit more functional. And it's not easy for us to talk about stuff that just fundamentally tastes, if I'm being unkind, like pond water. But it undoubtedly does you good, and that is never more so than with Ghost super duper souped up primo product they've got here. And I don't say that lightly. I don't know, as I say, a huge amount about these things, but I have followed its development, and I have been looking at competitor products. I have been looking at products already on the market for some time now, and I can say, easily, almost from a layman's perspective, they have put a hell of a lot into this. So, like, because it's Ghost, fully disclosed, fully broken down label, and they've sort of taken you on the journey, so you know why certain ingredients have gone in. Like, these are patented, trademarked ingredients they've got in there as well. They have, I think, near exclusive use of certain bits and pieces in there. That's certainly something they've been looking at. And they are known for their flavours, the uniqueness of their products. So you know all that has been poured into this product. And indeed, they are used to doing Warheads collabs and the new bubblegum flavour they've got. They're used to doing mango margarita and all this sort of stuff. They're not used to doing slightly more fundamental, essentials-y, health and wellnessy bits like greens. So they've brought their rather unique take on this to bear, but at the same time, they don't want to release a product that's going to be so fundamentally out of kilter with everything else they do. The same way that I don't want to introduce you a product and rave about something so fundamentally out of kilter with what we over here in the mix do. Anyway, yes, I can say with as much authority as I can kind of summon here that this has got absolutely everything you'd ever want in a product like this. So it's there's no one size fits all to anything, but if you are looking at greens powders and you've tried other greens powders in the past, this doesn't just hit you with greens, it hits you with reds, so it hits you with the sort of fruit side of things as well. So there's like goji berries and superfruit stuff going on top of the usual kind of spirulina-y sort of vibes that you get with these things. So they've been very selective with the vegetables. I think, I'd say on the greens, I think they've got 10 ingredients. I think on the antioxidants, I'm going to count it again now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've got 9 on the reds. I think that's right. And so the fact that they're restricting it, they've chosen the various berries and the plants and the rest of it to give you the like optimal benefit, but they've also then been able to give you meaningful dosages. Again, all broken down on the label. Kale, yeah. So they've actually written that there. We have a kale, yeah, blender bottle shaker. I can't quite reach it over there, but very cool. Maybe we'll do a bundle on site or something. But we've got greens, we've got reds, we've got prebiotics, we've got probiotics, we've got digestive aid stuff as well. There really is everything in here. So they go off their label: super greens, antioxidants, reds, spectra, ORAC blend. So this is a whole mix of things. I don't know too much about that, but they rave about the 100 milligram dosage and everything they put in. Looking at it, it's a load of stuff that you think's got to do you good, right? So there's acai, there's coffee arabica in here as well, green tea, broccoli sprout, apple extract, spinach, chokeberry, kale, obviously, blackberry. So there's all sort of fruity things going on in there as well. And then what else have we got? And there's also, interestingly, he said this is some of the ingredients there, sort of along sort of beetroot lines, are shown to give you a bit of a pump. So it's supposed to be good for nitric oxide production too. So there'll be a bit of like a veggie pump that you get out of this. Not that so many of us are in the gym right now, but that's a nice added bonus to the whole thing as well. And then, yeah, there's gut health. So there's Indianist probiotic stuff. So friendly bacteria you've got in here, and then you've got digestive enzyme stuff to help break it down, improve absorption across the board. Wow. I guess, yeah, you know it's got it's a fully stocked, fully loaded blend that's going on here. It is really the Rolls-Royce of greens powder. So Ghost have come into this and they're not messing around. Yeah, so I dived in as soon as we got these. These literally came in the door today. I should actually do the commercial angle on this, right? So there's 2 flavors at the moment. There's lime and there's original. So the original is the OG one, right? So it's the sort of unflavored greens, as it were. Unfortunately, the lime sold out so quickly, and there's very small UK shipment that had to be flown over, etc. So there's more coming on the water, but the launch batch was not as big as it could have been. And obviously, Ghost always sell out very quickly on everything. Lime got smashed. The flavoured one got smashed. The original one is the only one we managed to get for now. So right up on site, as we speak, you will find the original one, which is, I'll take you through it now, because I'm actually, this is what I've been drinking. I tore the tub open, so I'm comparing this to the products I've tried recently, other products we have, unflavoured ones certainly, and I can give you a bit of a description. But obviously flavour is kind of paramount to how this one goes down. Mixability, I can say it's absolutely fine instantly. There's no problem there at all. You're not getting green clumps in it. Mix up just fine. Obviously if you do it in a Ghost shaker or blender bottle, anything, absolutely fine. Yeah, certainly smells very, very green. You can see it's very green internally. The scoop was in the top there, actually taking it out. So all the usual Ghost sexiness, fantastic label. I'll bring this one in. Obviously, I should have done this from the get-go because it's absolutely amazing looking, and they had a whole range of apparel to go with it. So really nice. Everything kind of standing proud of the label as well. So there's a lovely tactile angle to this. Every single tub they do is absolutely gorgeous. So how does it taste? So I can describe this to you. I will say it's definitely the most palatable plain old greens product for the unflavored. I'm not judging the lime. The lime is great. In fact, it's amazing. I've sipped the lime one. I'm not going to cover that. I'll do the lime again when we get some more, and it'll be a few weeks. They are coming. In terms of the lime one, yeah, it's easily up there with the very best of any greens powders I've ever tried. I've got 1 or 2 nice ones here in the mix. We have an apple and kiwi misfits one I've mentioned before. That one tastes pretty good, tastes very different. That's the sort of ribenery vibe I get from that. There's not much in it though, so that's a great fundamental product if you just want to get greens in small here. I think it's just 7 ingredients, that's it. A slightly fairer comparison might be the MTS machine greens we do, which is another very comprehensive greens product. That's apple cinnamon. As I say, I don't get cinnamon in that at all. There is an apple vibe, but it's still very greensy. You'd never miss the fact. Ghost do a fantastic job with lime. It masks any of the green stuff at all. You wouldn't really know. Like honestly, it's the best we've had in terms of not knowing you're drinking fundamentally a whole load of a whole load of vegetables, a whole load of fruits, a whole load of stuff mushed up together. Concentrated in everything, so in one hit you can do it. So I do have the lime one. I'll show you because we've got our tubs of it. We just don't have the actual. What have I done with the damn thing? We don't have our stock of it. No, I've actually lost the lime. Oh no, there it is. Sorry, dead time. Yeah, so they do a lime flavour too. there you go. So let's do a lime one. So in terms of the original, what you want to know about this one, to me, I've never had one that tastes quite like this. Have I lost my cup? No, there it is. I've got a lovely pick and mix carnival style thing where I put it in. It comes in a very, very dark green. Very, very drinkable. And the weird thing is, to me, and I heard Dan mention it's got a sort of tea vibe, this reminds me very much of going for sushi. I don't eat sushi very often, but between maybe the seaweed, between the miso, between the kind of matcha, between the green tea, it's very much that kind of flavour that comes through. Looking at the ingredients, you'll see that matcha is on there. You'll see there's a lot of green stuff in general doing it. So if you're used to the green tea vibe, the matcha vibe, that's actually what lasts with you on the palate from drinking this. There's no residue to speak of at all. You'll get a bit of a kind of energizing benefit from this too, thanks to that Spectra blend. So that's exactly what I look for in these things. In terms of me finding greens powders in general, yes, I'd rather my insides were working quite well, but I do find it takes my appetite away, and I do find I feel more awake and alert, and you will get all of that here. We keep optimal functioning inside your body. Pretty fantastic. But yeah, flavor-wise, to smell, it's closer to a soup, a vegetable, a greeny soup, a kale sort of soup, than it is to a greens powder I've had in the past. It tastes more like a prepared dish. It's just a really hard one to describe, but I've never had another one like this, and I've tried probably a dozen different greens products now, of which only 2 or 3 of them were good enough for me to sell. There's nothing offensive there at all. There is a sort of tea vibe there. If someone were to tell you this is a cold like kale and broccoli soup or something, then that puts you in the ball. I don't find that offensive whatsoever. And obviously, if you're used to things like wheatgrass shots and stuff, you're going to have this down in no time at all. This is not a hold your nose job whatsoever. So I mean, I can quite comfortably drink that, and it doesn't bother me at all. So especially if it's a 1 a day, 100 ml quick shot type thing. We'll also say, before I rabbit on forever, rabbit on forever about greens, that the Ghost guys have actually covered some good combos here. Their flavouring systems are so robust, so intense. You could chuck this in with aminos. That'd be a good kind of recovery type thing. The amino flavouring system so intense, it'll take it away, the sweetness. You'd barely know this was here. It might go a weird colour, but you could easily add in the original, the unflavoured, the one we have on site at the moment. It's 30 serving tubs for like 36 quid, I think. You could easily add that into the amino or indeed the BCAA product with no ill effects whatsoever. And obviously one thing they've been hyping, which is probably not a bad call, and I'd probably suggest not the peanut butter, but maybe the banana pancake batter or the pancake batter, because that's got quite a nice natural earthy tone whilst a certain amount of sweetness in it already. The vegan proteins they do will easily absorb these kind of things, and you'll get an all sort of plant-fueled, recovery fueling, muscle kind of antioxidants, red light. It'll give you everything in one kind of nice, quite tasty milkshake-esque package there. You wouldn't really notice the green thing, so that'd be very cool too. I'll go on from the greens. So, okay, basically greens on site, as I say, 30 serving tubs. They look gorgeous. Yes, you are drinking a greens product, but it is easily the least offensive straight up greens product I've ever tried. I don't know, it's not exactly sweetened, but because there's sort of fruits and things going on here, there is a natural sweetness to it. So it's not completely bare naked, kind of raw, attacking you with plants. There is a sort of flavoured vibe, even to the original one we have, which I'm very pleased to report. Well, I was gutted when we couldn't get the lime, and I thought, oh, no one's going to want original, but actually, it's really not that. But the fact that it's not actually unflavoured, so this is probably why they've called it original. It's you know, an homage to sort of the amazing vegetable-y sort of fruity cocktail that's gone into this, but you would think there is some kind of flavour. And as I say, I get a kind of you know, Eastern sort of tea vibe going on, and it's actually perfectly pleasant. Certainly if it's something you have in the morning and it becomes part of your ritual, I think you'll love it. You'll get a kick from it. Anyway, I will keep taking it over the next little while, and I will report back on how I find it. Literally only got it today. That's my first hit of it. I was just finishing the shake I poured out originally, and yeah, I'm certainly awake. I'm certainly buzzing now. So pretty cool, but I'll start the day with it for a little bit and we'll report back. Lime's coming soon. Yeah, on the vegan, they have chocolate cereal milk. Very, very exciting. Only heard amazing things. Apparently this is the best vegan flavour they've actually got. So chocolate in vegan proteins always tends to do very well. Ghost doing one in their cereal milk kind of unique thing. Yeah, it's probably going to be a real win. We've pre-ordered tons of this. I've gone in deep, and as soon as it hits the UK, which should be in a couple of weeks' time, we will have that one as well. They've also got Gamer coming. So we will be getting, I've spoken to Dan this week, we will be getting peach, and we will be getting the Warheads flavour. They have a Sour Patch Kids, I think. I was that wrong. Sour Patch Kids over in the States. They haven't got the licensing for that, I don't believe, so we won't get that one from the get-go, but we will have 2 flavours of Gamer coming quite soon. They are close to launch on that. There's a bubblegum flavour just launched in the States. We won't be getting that now. It's a Bubblicious hookup. Again, it's a licensing one, so it won't be coming to the UK for right now, but it's pink, looks great. I'd love to get it in the mix. And we have got that chocolate cereal milk vegan imminently coming. Very exciting there. We've got a Legend restock. We've got Burn Black restock. So they're getting it, and then we will get it here as well. And we have got coming to the mix at the moment, is back in early next week, straight up cereal milk whey, which we've been missing for a while. And we will have mango amino back. So it fills a few of the gaps. But yeah, it'll get better very soon. So thank you to Dan and the team for hooking me up on the greens so rapidly, yeah, it's a very new product for them. It's a whole different foray and different category and stuff, and they've got more stuff coming like this that if you follow their episodes you'll get some heads up on it, but slightly more kind of health and wellness focused ones as they branch out. So yeah, very cool. I think it's an incredibly strong site. It has been in the works for a long time. It is a premium product here, but it's a kind of reassuringly expensive one here, and you are getting absolutely everything in this one, and it's perfectly palatable too. So I think all of you will get something from this. Genuinely, it's not something I love to push, but I am excited to have this in the mix. And if you want to mix it with flavor drops, or you want to mix it with Bolero sachets that we have, fine. You would never know you were drinking greens even on the original, but I think you will get a taste for it as it is at the moment. So I'm going to try it with my family as well. I'm sure they'll get a kick out of it. Anyway, that's most of it. What am I at time-wise? I spent a long time covering that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've hit the 50 minutes. So I'm coming up on an hour again. Oops. So we're going to do a quick flyby honourable mention. If you jump on our Just Arrived on site now, you'll see a whole mess of new things. We've got loads of stuff coming. Restocks, we just got G Fuel back in, most of the flavours. Sorry it's been so long, we've been completely cleared out on that one. Nothing particularly new in terms of like world launches. However, we did, aside from getting kind of Snow Cone and yeah, the KSI Strawberry Banana, really popular, one of my favourites, has come back finally. We have got the G Fuel French Vanilla Iced Coffee flavour. Yeah, so again, this is still the same G Fuel formula. It's not that there's actually coffee or anything in it. It's just like a flavouring type thing. I haven't actually tried this yet. I heard good things about it, so it's on my list. We did just manage to wrestle a few tubs in as well. This is a relatively new flavour, obviously a new kind of angle for them. But if you're a big coffee fan and you like this, giving a kind of candy sweet vibe as well, and the G Fuel Gaming Energy Clean Antioxidant Energy formula, then this is the one for you. You get 40 servings a tub. It's only like 10-15 calories a serving. Great clean energy. You could use it as a pre-workout. You might want a scoop and a half for that because it's only, I think, 140 milligrams per serving as it is, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there to give you a bit of a nootropic boost as well. Obviously fantastic for work, fantastic for gaming. On gaming, I mentioned Ghost Gamer, but now one of the things I've seen, whether it's Call of Duty or whatever else, a lot of gaming going on at the moment as people are stuck indoors, so it's obviously a good sociable one too, right? Because you can get into kind of teams to do it, so yeah, it's a nice one to see. So if you're looking for kind of a pre-workout, intra-workout to help you with gaming, then G Fuel is the OG. And so we'll make a big fuss about Ghost when it comes in, but you can't, I mean, the tubs look amazing, the collabs are amazing, a great range of flavours, so you can't knock G Fuel. They basically created the gaming energy category, and that's all back in at the moment. What else? We have got some chocolate and candy, vegan friendly. We've got Doisy and Dam. Now, we've had bits and pieces from them before, but we delisted a while back and stuff. And when like places like Holland & Barrett start selling it, there's only so much we're going to get out there. They don't do high protein, they don't do low sugar per se, less of an angle for us on it. However, they've got a whole range of creative new things out, like I've just held up for you. They've got more bits, you'll see them on site. We've got Ballers, which are basically crunchy Maltesery style things. And, sorry, we have got Drops, which are basically Smarties. So they've got a crunchy outer shell and everything. All the chocolate is like 70% cacao, quite dark, ethically sourced, vegan friendly, all natural and the rest. And I've got coronavirus. yeah, dark Colombian chocolate, 100% crunchy awesomeness. Yeah, it's great fun. We love the rebrand, basically. We fell in love with the rebrand. We had to get it back in. We've also got little cups as well, almond butter, hazelnut butter. Yeah, very cool. These are all on site. These are the big bags, the share size. They do mini bags as well if you just want to try it. But that's something a bit fun, a little bit different, something we've been working on getting back in for a while. But you'll get a bit of a kick out. This is probably more one for kind of vegan-friendly folks as well. But I think everyone will like these Smarties in these way. If you're into dark chocolate, yeah, these are pretty fantastic. Bags are just lovely, gorgeous things. And there's more stuff, but we're going to do the Bicep Bakery. So Kevin over there. We owe these a little bit more fuss, but these, again, vegan-friendly. They're basically a very British take on protein cookies, so they're protein biscuits. So, yeah, Bicep Bakery, small company's done there. Boxes look fantastic. 5 grams of protein a pack. You get 2 biscuits. I will actually open one quickly to show you. I'm going to surprise here and say that my favourite is probably not the obvious one. So, there's a double chocolate brownie. So they're very, very dinky. I think it's like £1.30 a pack on these, and you get 2 biscuits, 2 biscuits in here. And there is also oat and almond. The oat and almond's actually my favourite. Very, very classic. Very, very nutty. Very, very, you'd never know there's a protein thing going on. You wouldn't really know it's vegan at all. Very nutty, very knobbly. Very cool. I don't know. It's kind of like a rustic, kind of flapjack biscuit round type thing. Shortbread. Yeah, it's. Yeah, UK made, very cute. I mean, it's just traditional biscuits. We love our biscuits here in the UK. More crunchy than a cookie. Americans tend to prefer the soft flake, chocolate chip type things. We've got the all chocolate one. There's the oat and almond, which is a lovely classic. It's yeah, it's a traditional protein thing. The 5 grams of protein. The nutritionals are okay on it, but it's nice, fresh baked. Small businessy startup doing it. We'll cover them a little bit more, but you'll see them on site. We'll be chucking them into the odd orders. Like the chocolate brownie one I find, this one, it's got a slightly more earthy vegan vibe to it. So I was more taken with the sort of traditional oat round. I don't really get any sort of vegan vibe in that. But both, yeah, very good value. Chuck them in, try them out, and they're fantastic for dunking because they are a little bit more biscuity, a little bit more hardy. They won't crumble, you dunk them in things. I've had some great fun doing that, just sticking it in my coffee even. So they're great. And I think the presentation for a small company is fantastic as well. So yes, check them out. I don't think there are that many other stockists at the moment. We've been waiting to get them in for a while. We've dragged our heels. Sorry about that. Kevin, that is. But yeah, they're on site too. Check out the Just Arrived. And there you go, falling everywhere. Okay. That's about it. I'm going to stop there. Keep it short of an hour, but we've actually covered a reasonable amount of stuff. Lots of exciting releases coming up ahead. Swolsome restock, hopefully back end of this week. Maddie is still backed up from Easter, but she has now cleared the deck. She's got a little helper down there in Devon, and yeah, she's going to be working on a big order for us for the end of the week. We will probably have to stagger it in some way, shape, or form, but it is coming. We should have all the flavours back, including ones we haven't had for a very long time, like the apple crumble, Granny's apple crumble cobbler thing, or whatever it's called, and the Cherry Best Cherry Bakewell style one. Yeah, we've asked for everything, so we'll see. What else? We've got a new fulfill bar. I've just found out about that one as well. I think it's called Chocolate Deluxe. So we lost the Triple Chocolate Deluxe a couple of months ago. It's discontinued. Cookies and Cream's now been discontinued as well. But Chocolate Deluxe coming back in. To my, to my eye, it looks a lot like the Grenade Choc Chip Salted Caramel, but with perhaps more leaning on chocolate and choc brownie things. So it's like a chocolate filling instead of like the caramel in that. If it's anything like that, I don't know if it's the same factory or not, but if it's anything like that, it's going to be a fantastic bar. So look out for that. It's got a lovely, deep, rich kind of, again, royal blue vibe going on. We're chasing that one in. We're told first week of May, maybe the end of the week ahead, but we'll have a load coming as soon as we can. 3D Energy, we're coming back. We'll have all flavours there, including blue, which has been elusive for a very long time, including red, the kind of cherry fruit punch that's been elusive for a very long time. All of that should be coming back in soon. We're actually quite low stocked in actual candy. I'm going from Christian Guzman over to Max Tuning, but we will be just swallowing the cost to bring in another palette of sour strips because we are very low on strawberry rainbow and blue raspberry. And that's just not on. Everyone needs sour candy at this time. What else is coming in? Oh, possibly. They've kind of been announced now, so I might as well mention them. From Protein by Mars, M&M bars. So we've got a chocolate one and kind of an original one using actual M&Ms, so it's 15 grams of protein. It's somewhere sort of between this kind of original Mars protein bar and the high protein Mars bar, the original Snickers protein bar and the high protein Snickers bar from Protein by Mars. We don't know much more detail than that. There was some debate about pushing the launch back to September, so I didn't really know what I could say, what I should say. At the moment, I think we're on track for launch next week. I think. Maybe wrong, maybe it's been pushed back, but everyone seems to not really know at this point. But anyway, 2 bars, they look fantastic, real M&Ms, real authentic product from Mars there, and I teased them a while back, but if they come off, I'm sure they'll be insanely popular, and yeah, they really do look gorgeous. So jump online, Google it, go over to Stacked, you'll see about a week ago he posted about them. You see the boxes, they look gorgeous.